The best part of Thanksgiving, the wonderful food. The worst part of Thanksgiving, overdoing it on that same wonderful food. So what do? Warren Honeycutt is a 6-time Mr. America finalist and the author of Get Lean for Life. He's joining us this morning with some tips to help us eat and enjoy, but not overdo it. Warren, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for the invitation.
Is that even possible not to overdo it during, really from Thanksgiving all the way through the first of the year?
That's the time of the year that we generally put on anywhere from 2 to 10 or 15 pounds.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
And unfortunately, Andrea, the thing is, even though we have great intentions on January 1st,
we do.
This year I'm going to get in shape, lose weight. This is the year. That happens for the last 35 years for most of us.
And the thing about it is some people actually do make that resolution at the beginning of the year and then they blow it once they get to November, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a very difficult thing if you don't have the right mindset.
Okay. Well, you say before you even get to the Thanksgiving meal or the Christmas dinner or the holiday party, there are some things you can start doing before that happens. Like what?
Absolutely. And the key is to recognize and realize the choice, if you choose not to overeat, number one is ours. We're the only creatures on earth that have the freedom of choice. And when we make a decision, most of us wish. Wishing doesn't change anything. A decision changes everything. And the first thing that I encourage people to do to not put that weight on is get rid of some calories before breakfast.
Okay.
And if you take say a power walk for 30, 45 minutes before breakfast, you will burn twice the amount of fat as if you did that same amount of activity after breakfast.
I need to write that down because I always thought I needed the breakfast for the fuel to do the exercise, so I don't.
Most people do. This is something that very few people know. A lot of people, especially the National Physique Committee, do know, and that's what a lot of them do to get down to 3–4% body fat.
So do the workout before you have the breakfast. Okay, I like that. What else can we do?
Second, don't skip the breakfast.
Okay.
A lot of times people go, I'm going over to grandma's and we're going to have that turkey. And
I got to save lots of room.
Got to save a lot of room.
Yeah.
And if again that's the decision, then just realize the next day there is going to be a pound or two that you didn't have the day before.
Right. Right.
Now, if you're okay with that, there's no reason to not or no reason to eat breakfast.
Right.
But if you eat breakfast and a good breakfast, and then do some pre-planning.
Okay.
Prior to getting to the gathering.
Right.
Okay, and what I'm speaking of in pre-planning, realize and recognize, actually the turkey that is baked is not a bad thing.
Oh no, it's not.
You can eat as much actually as you want.
It's the sides on the Thanksgiving meal that get us for sure.
The baked beans with all the sugar, generally the potatoes with all of the the stuff that goes on the potatoes.
Let me tell you about my sweet potato casserole.
Oh, when I sweet potato? Go ahead.
I know, but when I add all the sugar and then I put pecans and flour and butter for a crusty topping, that's not good, is it?
Well, it is good tasting.
Yes, it is.
But nothing tastes as good as being fit feels. Right. And the key is to plan when you get there to eat properly, just like you do at other days, and that way you don't pack on those pounds. Unfortunately, Andrea, the thing being, even if it's 1 or 2 pounds, 85%, and I was just reading this stat the other day, I think it was AMA that put it out, 85% of the people that gain that weight during the holiday season keeps it throughout the year. And then they gain another 2 or 3 or 5 pounds the next year.
That's how it starts.
Well, in 10 years, that's a lot of weight.
So what can I do? You're a fitness enthusiast, okay? So what can I do if I have overdone it at, say, Christmas or Thanksgiving to kind of get myself back on track? What's a good starting point for me?
The starting point is to look inside and recognize you're human. And first of all, to begin to accept, okay, I tripped up a little bit. So what? I can forgive myself and get right back onto the horse of good nutrition and fitness that quick.
What's more important for me to do to get rid of those extra pounds, the cardio or the strength training?
Well, the cardio is going to get rid of more of the calories, but the strength training over a period of time, you put on some muscle, and it takes a lot more calories to sustain a pound of muscle than a pound of fat.
Okay. All right.
So both are important.
All right, so get in the right mindset first of all. Plan before you go to these parties and the dinners, and then if you mess up, just get yourself back on track. It sounds to me like you say this is all mental. It's mind over matter,
It is mind over. I mean, all of us make decisions, and most of them, especially in eating, are subconscious decisions.
All right, well, if you want to hear more of his wisdom, he's got a book. It's called Get Lean, right?
Get Lean for Life.
Get Lean for Life. Lots of good information there. And Warren, thanks so much for coming. I have to ask you, I know you get mistaken for somebody because you walked in the door and we all thought, is that?
Three
people, and they are?
Jack LaLanne, which I take as a great compliment. Stallone, which I did a stand-in for.
Well, there you go.
And the last one is Elvis.
Well, you're in Tupelo land, so why not?
Tupelo, absolutely.
Thanks so much. We appreciate it. Have a happy
Pleasure.
Thanksgiving. I know you're going to do the right things. We'll be right back to wrap things up.